Hello, welcome to another episode of the Elite Smart Athletes Lab Rat series, where I test out different workouts on myself so that you know where to best invest your money and your time on your journey to unlocking your inner athlete. As you can see in the title and the thumbnail, today we are reviewing PJF Performance's Fat Don't Fly. I love the name of that program, Fat Don't Fly. It reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's song Black Boy Fly. You know? Fat don't fly, no that fat don't fly. Anyway. Fat Don't Fly is an 8-week program which pretty much does what it says on the tin. You reduce fat so that you can jump higher. You look better and you perform better. And speaking of looks, I apologize for the way my hair is looking right now. It's not as sharp as it should be. But I have a solution. I propose this to you. Subscribe to this channel. Comment. Share the video. Like it. I grow the channel. I get bigger. I start making money. I'll hire a personal barber. That's all for you. Like, that's for you. I hire a personal barber, so if you just subscribe, then we're good. So as usual with my reviews, I did this program myself for 8 weeks, and we're going to review 5 different aspects of the program, starting off with the cost, then we're going to look at the user interfaces, then we'll look at the coaching you receive on the program, the workout programming itself, and finally, the potential for progress. Now, before we go right into the review, this is a part 1. There's going to be a part 2 where I run this program back. This time I did it completely from home, besides 5 of the days, and there were 48 workout days. So that meant that I didn't have as much external resistance in terms of lifting weights. The second thing was that I tried to do this as low impact as possible. So that meant that I adjusted any of the cardio options to anything that was low impact on my knees, or I didn't do any jumps. So I wasn't training as explosively as I could have been on the program. However, the part 2 is going to be almost the opposite. So I'm going to do it in the gym, I'm going to do high intensity cardio, and I'm going to do it high impact. So part 2, watch out for that. That should come out some point in January, and you'll see the difference in the gains at that point. So let's look at the cost. Fat Don't Fly costs $130. However, at the moment, I believe there is still an early bird special where it is $89.95. You have that program for the lifetime of the program. So when you purchase it, you'll see that it says lifetime. That doesn't mean your lifetime, it means the lifetime of the program. So he could decide to take the program down at any point. Unlikely that he would, but he could decide to. But essentially you have the program for a long time, as in you can use it as many times as you want to. Now, if you're looking at it purely from the actual amount of money you have to spend for 2 months, that's essentially 4 times what I would pay for the gym if I was going to go to the gym for 2 months. So I think it is quite a high price point. However, again, we're talking about the value for money, not just the actual amount you have to spend. You do get a lot of value for money. We are training 6 days a week, but I do think for younger athletes, especially when that early bird special runs out, it will be a lot of money to fork out for a program. So for that reason, I will rate the cost a 7 out of 10. So now let's explore the user interfaces that PJF Performance provides for you. So if you already watched my Vert Code Bodyweight review, you'll see that he has a website and an app, and the app is the same one. So you are just adding programs to your same profile, and I think that's a good plus because it means you have access to all of your programs at all times. There are introductory videos on how to navigate both the website and the app, so you should know where you're going and how to do things. In terms of the way the workouts are structured and displayed, you're able to actually reorder some of the exercises if you feel some pair better with each other. And there are rest timers within the app, so you don't need to go out of it to open your own timers. There's also a tech support team, and you get email reminders when you've missed a workout, which you can opt in or out of if you want to. And clearly I didn't explore the app well enough when I was on the Vert Code Bodyweight, because I just learned there's a spanner icon at the bottom that you can click to adjust the format of an exercise. So let's say you're running, and on the app it's only showing you how to add reps. You can click that spanner icon and then add distance to show how far you're running. And then that will adjust how many calories you're burning in the total workout. And I also just learned that you can check the whole workout history for a particular exercise. So let's say there's an exercise that runs through the whole program, you could just click on the workout history and you can see how much you lifted at the beginning of the program to how much you're lifting now. And if you haven't gone up in weight, then you know you're not progressively overloading. But if you have gone up, then you know you're doing the right thing. Or if you've gone down, you know that your strength has gone down. Maybe this exercise is something you need to work on outside of this program. Now, there's just a couple negative points on the app, which is just that sometimes when you go off the app and then you come back into it, it resets the whole workout. Sometimes the timers don't go off loud enough or they don't go off at all. It pauses your music when the timer goes off. And sometimes I had some issues with logging particular workouts. They would like double up an exercise or something like that. However, I do think these are minor issues. The website and app are virtually the same. I think that it's very comprehensive. You have access to his videos on the apps. You have access to the additional resources on both. And generally, I just think he provides a good user experience. So looking at all of the aspects of his user interfaces, I would score the PJF user interfaces a 9 out of 10. So moving on to the coaching. Now, again, if you follow PJF Performance, he's my favorite coach to watch online, I can't lie. Like, he's my favorite performance coach to follow. I watch everything or listen to everything that he puts out. He's very detailed, he knows how to talk to people, he's pretty charismatic, even though in his podcast he says he wasn't always the best speaker or best communicator, but I think he does a great job at communicating information in a way that is easy to digest, whether you're in the middle of a workout or looking at it before or after a workout. And something new that came in Fat Don't Fly that I didn't have in the Vert Code was that he has a daily overview for each workout. So when you watch this daily overview, he's actually going through the whole workout. Because he's done it himself, he'll tell you how each particular exercise should feel, what you're looking for, how much of a burn you should get. And it's about 2 to 3 minutes, but it's a nice rundown of the whole thing. And I thought that was a really good touch in terms of adding that extra level of coaching that you might need on an online training program. You're still not getting live one-to-one coaching. And to me, that's just a thing of like, are you gonna pay $130 or even $90 on the early bird special to not get live one-to-one coaching? That depends on the person. I pay that, but I don't know if you would. As with the Vert Code, I have nothing negative to say about his coaching style. He has to get a 10 out of 10 for coaching. So let's get into the workout program itself, the nitty-gritty grind. So this program, 8 weeks, there's 3 phases, and it's 6 days a week. Phase 1 lasts 2 weeks, phase 2 lasts 2 weeks, and then phase 3 lasts a month, 4 weeks. And essentially during the phases, the workouts are split. During phase 1 and phase 2, it's a full body strength day with cardio, and then it's a core mobility day with cardio. And then during phase 3, it is upper body, which includes core, and then it's just lower body purely. And again, both with cardio. Now, as I said, there's cardio every day, but it doesn't mean you're burning out every day. So some of the days of cardio, you're trying to work in a high heart rate zone, some of them you're working on a medium heart rate zone, and some of them you're working in a lower heart rate zone, because it uses different energy systems, and that in turn will affect how your body burns fat. So I thought it was quite nice, it was quite refreshing to have different types of cardio included, because I've definitely been a victim of just trying to go hard each time. Like I think, oh, okay, I'm gonna just run 3 miles every day because that's gonna work. But you know, that has its own toll, especially when it comes to your joints. So it was nice to have that variation. Additionally, this program is probably one of the most flexible I've been on so far, because he provides alternatives. In the videos, you can see he has a beginner, intermediate, and advanced version for the same exercise, and he provides that for pretty much every exercise throughout the whole program. So that gives you a whole lot of flexibility. You don't really have an excuse not to do anything, and you can modify the program to where you are currently at, especially if, let's say, you're trying to lose fat but you haven't lost enough as you would. Maybe just do the beginner levels, even if you do have a high training age. Or if you are at a pretty lean level and you're just trying to lose that 2 to 3%, it's okay, hit that advanced level, do everything as high as possible. But you can change it per exercise. It's not like the whole program is limited on ability. It could be, okay, someone like me, I have knee pain, so maybe some squat variations, I do them on the beginner level. But I've got good upper body strength, so maybe them I do on the advanced level. You can modify it, it's very flexible. It is also a generalized program, so that means that he's pre-recorded the videos, there is a set list of exercises, there's no assessment of you as an individual or your goals. is you do these exercises or follow these particular principles and you get this result, hopefully. And he has his own disclaimer when you sign up to the programs that says, look, if you don't get such results, it's not my fault. If you get injured, consult a physician. I'm not licensed to do that. I'm not involved. So again, it's generalized, it's not individualized. So again, that level of personalization isn't quite there. And I would say 90% of the exercises you can do whether you have equipment or don't have equipment, but there is still that 10%. There's still that 10% that you can't quite do just because of the way he designed it. Now, looking at the exercise and knowing what muscle group he was trying to attack, I know that you can do certain exercises. There's alternatives you can do to hit that muscle group, but he didn't provide those alternatives in the program. So for someone who is on that beginner level and maybe doesn't know what alternatives there are, you might struggle to do the workout, especially if you're doing it from home. And lastly, just going 6 days a week with only 1 day rest. After 6 weeks, I'll be honest, I was feeling mentally fatigued. Like I wanted to just take a little break just because I was tired mentally, but that's just me personally. You got to push through that. If you're trying to go for something, you need to push through that barrier. But that's just a point that I felt like I should let you know. Nevertheless, I genuinely did enjoy being on this program. And even though I was doing it from home, it was still nice to challenge myself with certain exercises that I hadn't done before, or to just push myself with exercises that I have done before and just see how much more I can do. So for that reason, I'll score the workout program at an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so the last aspect to look at is the potential for progress. And this is the big one because he has called it fat don't fly. You say you're gonna lose fat and you're gonna jump higher. So when you sign up to Fat Don't Fly, he makes it clear that a good goal for someone is to lose 1 to 2 pounds of weight on the scale, or to measure your body fat and look at your losses there, and to take pictures as you go along. So I didn't have the option of looking at my body fat percentage. I did have a scale and I did take pictures. So my personal goal, I felt like I had a lot of weight to lose. So I wanted to lose 1 kg minimum per week. And going through the program, I only lost 1.7 kg throughout the 8 weeks. So I didn't achieve my goal in weight. So I pretty much maintained. And if you look at this chart, you'll see that it was pretty much similar weight. It went up and down, fluctuated, but it was around the same area. When I was tracking my weight, I stepped on the scale every day, did an average for the week, and then did the same thing the next week and looked at the difference between the two averages. And that's what I would look at when I was trying to lose 1 kg a week. However, although I didn't lose as much weight on the scale as much as I wanted, when I looked at the pictures, there was actually a slight difference in terms of my body composition. And it would be interesting to see what my actual body fat percentage is now. So that's where I saw the difference, was in the pictures, which is why it's so important to take those pictures. In addition to that, of course, the program is called Fat Don't Fly. So obviously we're trying to get some bounce too. So I was measuring my bounce at the same time as taking these progress pictures. When I measured my bounce, it was actually consistently increasing, which kind of supports my theory that my body composition was changing, that I was either adding a bit of muscle mass or I was changing my fiber types, activating different fiber types in my muscles, and dropping a bit of fat because I was jumping higher. So either way, there was some slight gain. And I also had to remember that I was doing this at home, low impact. I wasn't lifting as much weight as I know I could. I wasn't going as fast or as high impact as I knew I could. So when I do this again in the part 2, I know that there should be even more gains. Yet, I would say that even losing 1.7 kg over 8 weeks is still pretty bad. That had nothing to do with the program, that was all on me, because I did a couple trips over the 8 weeks, I can't lie. So I did a couple weekend trips, so maybe I would eat well for 5 days. I had to work out for one of the days of the trip. But when I go on a trip, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to enjoy. So I was not tracking calories and stuff like that. So I'd say throughout the 8 weeks I was on the program, I'd give myself a good like B for nutrition. I was probably 70% I was eating clean, and then 30% wasn't the best. When I do this again, I will make sure my nutrition is a lot better, just to make sure that I get genuine results for the program. That's just something I wanted to let you know so that you don't get disheartened if you're going to go on a program. It was all on me. My fault. So with that being said, I would give the potential for progress a 9 out of 10. Okay, so we got all our scores in, and when I do the average, you see that PJF Performance's Fat Don't Fly comes out at an 8.7 out of 10. Now remember, this is just for if you do it at home, low impact, and minimal intense cardio. So I'm gonna run this back again in the gym, high resistance. I'm gonna be jumping, I'm gonna be running, I'm gonna be jogging, all of that. So I'm anticipating serious gains in 8 weeks of doing that. And I'm gonna be eating well. I'm gonna make sure that I hit the nutrition properly. So that's it for now. That's Fat Don't Fly Down. Come back in January, you'll see another review. But follow my Instagram. I'm always active on there, making sure I'm posting, giving out more knowledge. I'm going to be testing out a lot of other things, giving you some insight into some of the tools I use to track my progress. And as I said before, subscribe, comment, share, like, so that I can get that personal follow. Until next time, stay blessed.
If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and of course follow us on all of our social media platforms. Until next time, stay blessed.